Free thinkers.
Hey, what's up, free thinkers? Today we'll be covering black holes and what we find interesting about them. So what if you really got stuck in a black hole? Like,
Oh, you would stretch, and
You stretch and die.
But
we'd
actually,
all look like you.
yeah, and actually they said that the closer you get to the black hole, time slows down. So if like you went and say like if you're outside of like right outside, what's the layer called? That like
Event horizon.
yeah, the event horizon where some light can escape. It's not visible to the human eye, but some light can escape. And you sat right outside the event horizon, like for a month. You would come back and it would be like 10 years had passed in the time of that month. So it's kind of like time travel.
Well, that's if you make it out of the dark hole.
And the
You won't. This is
Yeah,
all.
the- you
No, it's
won't
like
make it
it's
out
like
of
the
dark hole.
hyperbolic time chamber. That's what it's like. But hey, what's the point of like black holes are interesting and everything? But what's the point of knowing about it? Because if we encounter one, we'll probably be dead.
Well, not necessarily.
I mean, it's a lot of gravity, dude.
I mean, a good thing to know about them and their location is to get
Knowledge
around
can't
them.
hurt you.
To get around them.
And they
I
said,
mean, can we move the planet? We
they
can't
said
really get out
there's
of the way.
one at the center of the solar
galaxy.
of every galaxy.
Yeah.
And I
So
think they
eventually,
said
we'll encounter one.
they also said that there's one like under like every star.
I don't think there's one. I think every star.
Every star that dies.
Well, I
Black
know
hole.
that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Like, for instance, how black holes can hold in light. Even though light is supposed to be the fastest thing in the world, then light can't escape black hole, which is the densest thing, or universe. And then, like, light is the fastest thing in the universe. And then they say that, and scientists say, that you would have to have no mass in order to travel as fast or faster than the speed of light. Yet black hole has infinite mass and it travels.
Doesn't
faster.
it capture the light? It captures light from its, so light doesn't escape.
Yeah. And little bits of it do escape in the event horizon, but the majority of light can't escape.
Well, then isn't that what causes a quasar?
No, it's when it's eating.
Yeah,
eating-
that's just the
when it's
matter.
eating a star and
It's-
it eats too much.
So quasars are formed through a black hole when they're eating stars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then.
So, like, black holes that destroy things, but then at the same time, they also create things.
What do they create?
Quasars.
Oh,
Which is energy, right?
quasar's light emitted.
Yeah, so-
It's supposed to be the brightest thing in the universe. Nothing is brighter than a quasar.
Yeah, so.
It's just cool that it comes from the darkest thing in the universe
like-
too.
The biggest mystery about black holes is what happens on the other side of them. Some scientists think it might be like a portal to infinite universes, or a portal back in time or forward in time. So that's the biggest question about black holes, and something that interests all of us, I believe.
Isn't it if you go through a black hole, it stretches you out completely and you can disintegrate at that point?
Yeah,
That's
pretty much what
that's
yeah.
but everything's in theory.
I mean, it could also be-
because no one's gone through a black hole and survived.
It could also be like an asymptote, you know? Like, nothing's there, you know?
True, but I mean
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's what the mystery is. It's either something's there or maybe nothing at all.
and also the energy that black holes have. They're also like trying to put if they find a black hole of like the right size, and I mean like just a tiny black hole, like maybe the size of an atom, then they could like power like spaceships to go like faster than the speed of light.
Is that possible? A black hole that size?
Yeah, they said they're trying to construct one actually.
Oh, so you mean
That's kind of.
It's gonna be man-made because I don't think there's any naturally occurring black
I
holes.
think that's a good idea, man.
Of course,
think
it's not a good idea.
I mean, it might be a good idea to advance science so we could get faster than the speed of light. We
But
could
not-
have limitless
And not to
energy.
keep human race, you know?
What's-
Or life on Earth to get. Alright, what happens if you mess up and you create a massive black hole?
How would you mess up?
I mean, it's science. Don't you mess up in science?
That is true.
They take very careful steps before they do anything for sure.
And they fail in the process, right?
Yeah, well, to succeed, you have to fail 1,000 times. So.
Yeah, so
Well-
what happens if in that, like, the 900 time, right? You create a massive black hole.
That's not your own science.
a
I mean,
massive
well,
black-
what he's saying
well,
is
black holes aren't even close to anywhere Earth. The closest black hole we have is
No,
in the
but if
center
we're
of the
trying to
Milky Way.
artificially create one,
No, not artificially create. Find one that's the size of an atom somewhere out there in the universe.
well, I mean,
Charles said create.
yeah, create.
Create? I don't know
Because
if that's
that's how
possible.
that's how they discover anything. Like they might find something out there in space and then try to replicate it to learn more about it. That's how they learn anything about space. You try to replicate it on Earth, how you see it in space.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, they have to create this because black holes are too massive. Like, if we get, you can't use it at all if it's too big.
Well, yeah.
Well, if you
No.
create a black hole on Earth, it will just even one the size of the atom, the Earth will be gone. So this has to be in a controlled area somewhere in space.
Not really.
Because if a black hole,
Well, it's
all
so
it does
small.
is capture energy. So it just captures the energy of like the people living on Earth. We have water, we have rocks. That's what black holes do. So it just captures the energy and get larger. So it has to be in a controlled environment
Well,
somewhere in space
I
where there's
mean,
no energy for it to
It's,
capture.
it's not like it grows with like the shit it eats.
it'll be.
It's like,
I mean,
It's literally like-
exactly like a black hole. I mean, you can't replicate it. Like,
yeah, but
Well,
I know what
yeah,
Nick's
yeah.
saying though, because if you mess up while trying to make a black hole,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's obvious.
yeah. That's,
That's not
yeah,
like-
if you mess up while making a black hole,
yeah,
everything will be
So-
gone on Earth.
yeah, that's just.
No, I think if we find a way to put it in a controlled area and really test it to see like what happens when something goes through a black hole, does it just disintegrate or does it actually go? Is it a portal like most people think it is? But it'd be interesting to find out.
Question is, would that energy be usable? You know.
I think there would be a way to harness the energy, like maybe so we could go faster than the speed of light, which probably isn't possible, or get closer to the speed of light than we already are, so we could travel to other planets and maybe find other life forms.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, that's the end of our discussion on black holes. You can leave a comment down below or link a video response letting us know how you feel about black holes.
And also, free thinkers, if any of you guys are musicians, feel free to send us some of your music, and who knows, we might just play it during our videos.
so black holes.
Yeah,
The big and black.